Incredible. Can you believe the Vikings and the win in the last 10 seconds? What an incredible throw, an incredible catch, and an unfortunate missed tackle to put the Vikings up on the Saints. What a game. Hi, I'm Doug Snyder. This is Intimacy with God Ministries, and it's Sunday's Thought Conditioner. The word for tonight is handiwork. Handiwork, things that you make with your hands. Well, there's a lot of incredible people out there. If you look at Facebook and YouTube, you can see a lot of things that people are good at doing, good at building. They're good at music, they're good at sports, they're good at painting and storytelling and motivating, and many people, in fact every person, has a gift to share with one another, to encourage one another. I built onto the deck on the north side of our house and closed it. You can see there's a little lean-to, a shed outside the window there by the light that I built. I like to work with my hands, with wood. I've showed you some paintings in the past. I won't show you any paintings tonight, but I will show you some clay work that I did a few years ago, many years ago. And I like to work with my hands. I think all the kids have done clay work. I'll be able to show you some. But we have right here in the cupboard, or the shelf, we have three glasses that I made, and the boys, two of my boys, made those mugs. Let's see, this one is Ben, I guess. And I'm not sure who made this one. That one might have been Ben or Matt or Sam. I don't think Andrew's made any yet. Here's a couple mugs and some holders, stretchy men, and guitar picks and rubber balls. And over here we have three bowls that I think a couple of the boys made. Hold coins or paper clips. And then up here we have a rhinoceros, a rhino, which Matt made. And then I took down one of my favorite pieces that used to sit right there and hold the books up, and this is a bust of my head. It's a bust of my head. It's one of my favorite pieces. Probably because it's in the image of my own image. You know, I have been stuck in Psalm 8 for many days. I've been reading it over and over, and you're probably familiar with it. It goes something like this. When I consider the stars in the sky, and when I consider the vastness of space and all the things that you have made, God, what is man that you're mindful of him? And if you go on to the next verse, many versions say, you have made him, man, you've made man a little lower than the angels. But if you look it up in the Hebrew, the word is Elohim, and that is really a word for God. So you've made man a little lower than God. Well, that's powerful. That's an incredible revelation. And of course it makes sense. You go back to Genesis 1 and 1 through 3, and it says that God made man and woman in his image. You are the handiwork of God. You and I. That should make you stand a little taller and hold your head a little higher. You are God's workmanship. You know, December 6th, our oldest son and his wife Rachel had a baby, our first grandchild, Vivian Grace. And we drove up to the hospital and we looked at her and we held her. Such a tiny, precious, precious little thing. And then they brought her down to Christmas and we held her again for, boy, I would like to say hours. I just held and rocked her. And Mom, Beth, Grandma, held and rocked her. And Sam and Andrew, Uncle Sam, you gotta like that. He even got a hat, an Uncle Sam hat. And we held her and just looked at her and loved on her. And then they came down this last weekend and left yesterday evening. And we held her and we held her and we held her and just looked at her and loved on her. And you know, that is how God feels about you. He just loves on you And he loves you unconditionally. And he wants you to walk in the designed destiny that he has for you. It's just a matter of believing that you are his and he loves you. And he's made a way to reconcile. You may not believe in the fact that he can forgive something you've done. You may not believe in the fact that you're worthy to be loved. The problem is, you're not the one that assigns value to you. He assigns value to you. Just like the items that I made, those cups and the bust, and the boys made those mugs and the bowls and the rhino, the maker assigns value. And he has assigned a value to you that's a little lower than himself. And he's crowned you with glory and honor. That's what I want you to think about this week. Read Psalm 8 over and over. And just bask in his love and in the fact that he's crowned you with glory and honor, made you a little lower than himself, and you are highly cherished and loved. You are God's handiwork.